I want to say peace to the streets, peace to the algorithm once again. This might be a longer format type of video. I want to talk about my cellies that I was with while being, just put it like this, institutionalized, right? And they can't really get to you, or you just can't let them in the story, right? The Most High will free you from any institution, and you have to be willing to accept Christ into your heart and into your spirit, right? So anyways, I want to give rest in peace to KTSJ. He was one of my cellies. Rest in peace to V-Roy. Davon Bennett, he was another one of my cellies for not that long, though. He was just in there, what's it called, for a little bit. Or I don't know if they were visiting me, or I'm pretty sure he was my cellie because he had gone to sleep, or they had changed wards or divisions or whatever. I don't know what the COs were thinking or whatever. But anyways, yeah, so then who else was I in there with? I was in there with Ruga. I was in there with FYB Trigger. I was in there with I was in there with, who was I in there? Who else was I in there with? At first I was in there by myself, right? I was like, oh dang, I'm just in there by myself. This is boring and stuff. So I started showering and whatnot, and then what's it called? Then they started locking more people up, and I think this happened maybe when I was, geez, this is so long ago. This was like 10, 12 years ago, right? I was, I mean, some people don't want to say they know me, but they do know me. It's all love on this side. All I'm showing is love, and I'm telling the truth. So anyways, if you want to, because I'm not capping, though, put that on the G, though, G-O-D, right? Anyways, so what was I gonna say? I was in there, geez, I think it was over, it might have been when I was in, I had to be like 11. It was over the summer, right? And then I might have got out, right? And then I don't know if I went back a second time, and then that's when I met my second or whatever you want to call it, bunkie, celly or whatever. And it was different. Like I'm pretty sure I was in Statesville, because they had the dorm, right, to where you had, it was like there was two kind of like beds, right, and then there was a shower, right, and then there was a door you could walk through, and then once you walked through that door, then you saw other people in cells, and I'm just trying to visualize it, thinking back, going back through my memory, right? I was in there. I was in there for. I thought I was never getting out, right? I thought I was gonna be there, like until I hit 18 or 21 or whatever, and we had the guards, right? The guards, they came in there, right? whatever, it was in self-defense, because dude had got on top of me, right? And dude had got on top of me and started choking me out and shit. And I could speak on this dude because he's dead. What's the, I say, McAdoo, right? McAdoo's ass, bro. His ass. This is maybe the second time I was in there, or maybe it could have been the first. I don't really remember. And his ass got on top of me and he starts choking me out and shit. I'm like, oh shit, bro. I get him off me, bro. I get my steel right, and I slit dude's throat, bro. And bro, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. I even the score, bro, and that's what it was, bro. Oh yeah, and I was in there with RIP, any members from 63rd, right? Cash and Duck, rest in peace. I remember his big ass. He came in there. He was like, "Oh shit, you just took his ass out." He said, "Good." So then I'm like, he was like, "Do you want breakfast?" Wooty woo woo. I'm like, "Nah." Well, I'm like, "Yeah, I got a shower and stuff." So then I shower, boom, boom, wooty woo woo. We go to whatever Chow and whatever. Like, oh, wooty woo woo. Where's it's like they all like, damn, bro, your ass took his ass out. I'm like, yeah, his ass starts choking me out and shit. And so I claim self-defense and whatever, and that's how it's always been, bro. And then they was calling me, well, some people call me Rojo or whatever. I didn't really mess with no Mexicans up in there, and I don't have no problem with no Mexicans or whatever. Anyways, like I said, yeah, they got to chow or whatever, and we were up in there, and they're like, "Damn, his ass dead, fool." I'm like, "Yeah, his ass dead, bro." And then they're like, "Damn, Lil Matt, crazy, you crazy, bro, you killed." I'm like, nah. I'm like, chill. So I'm like, dang. So then they started calling me killer, bro. I'm like, oh dang. And then and I'm like, nah, his ass, bro, his ass. And then bro, yo, yeah. And then the guards went in there and then like, oh yeah, his ass dead, bro. But his ass, the news and reporting got it all wrong and stuff. They said he passed away in 2022 or 2021 or 2023. That's what the the news reported it as, right? And nah, bro, his ass was dead in his ass was dead in his ass was dead in, so if I was his ass was dead in 11 minus, his ass was dead in 2015, 2016. So his ass has been, you can't trust these bloggers out here and stuff. Get it from the facts and get whatever your story straight, if whatever. So anyways, yeah, and then the guards came in there after I did that, after I was in chow, and they started beating on me and shit. They started hitting on me with billy clubs and all this shit, because you're not really supposed to have a weapon in there and shit. And I'm like, oh shit. So anyways, yeah, so they started, the inmates, or not the inmates, the COs, right? There was like two of them. Then they handcuffed me and stuff, and they started beating me, beating me with billy clubs and shit. And I'm like, oh dang. So I just took my beating and stuff, and then I was in there. That was when I was in. Well, I was never really in darkness to begin with, right? I always had the scriptures, and I was always trying to lead people from either side to the word and the holy scriptures, right, and the holy textures. And anyways, so yeah, so then we got out and stuff, or the people that I was with, we got out and stuff, and I was locked up with this one kid. I ain't gonna say his name. his ass was wild. His ass was a straight DEMON, bro. And I was like, bro, you need to stop all that stuff. Playing both sides with the Kings and all that shit. I'm like, nah, bro. I started saying that shit, bro. Then I forgot what they did to me. They took me to they're like, yo, you want to go to yard? And I was like, nah, I'll go back to my bunk, my dorm or whatever. And and then they're like, why don't you want to go to yard? Because I knew what was gonna happen, bro. I already knew who was on the yard, bro. I knew the Mexicans or whatever. Some are not actually Mexicans. Some are Spaniards, like I've been saying in my videos, bro. And they from Spain, bro. And they straight evil, right? So. And then this is like kind of like a part 2 to whatever I was talking about before with what's it called, Lion Kings, and how they shoved a toothbrush down my throat, right? And then they came, 3 of them came in. They came in off the yard, right? They were on the yard. They thought they were big, bad, and tough, bro. Like, let's pick on this whatever minor and whatever. I'm in there as a juvenile, right? 11, 12 years old, right? I ain't afraid of no one, but anyways, so they done tied me up, bro. They started touching on me and stuff, and then the COs that took my steel or whatever, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna be in here longer, bro, and you're gonna be in there with them for the rest of your life and all this stuff. And I was like, nah, bro. I'm like, yeah, you're not touching me. I'm like, bro, you're not touching me, bro. And then I don't know if my uncle, he was out or whatever, and he had already come to visit me or whatever. And I remember my granny, she had visited me, and she was giving me soup and stuff, and they had beat me. That's another time I got beat, bro. They beat me so bad, bro. I think I was in a coma and whatnot, and they thought I was dead, bro. They thought I was dead for real, bro. That's how. And then they took a broom, bro. This is rated X, bro. Rated X or rated R, bro. View at your own discretion, bro. This is why I'm saying prison ain't, or any institution or any ward ain't for the weak, bro. It's for the strong-minded, and you don't want to go there, and you don't want to go down that path. You're saying if you're a youth listening to this or whatever. Anyways, so yeah, then they take a broom, bro. This wasn't the first time I had something shoved up me or whatever, but they took a broom, bro, and they tried shoving a broom in my just one of my cavities or whatever. I'm just gonna say that and keep it brief and whatever. So then I'm like, oh shit. And they're like, nah, bro. Then they tried running me and stuff, and they're talking about, oh, we run you and all this stuff. And then cause I think when I was younger, bro, I had took out one of their head honchos or whatever, one of their leaders or whatever, cause we were at this, we were in one of these suburbs, right? And it was this thing called Fall in the Green, right? And you had all the little kids come out and play and stuff. And we're in this bouncy house, or no, it wasn't. I don't know if it was it was like a blow up thing, right? And he was telling me to he was trying to violate me. I'm just gonna keep it like that. And so I took out my knife, bro, and I slit this motherfucker's throat, right? And I don't know if he survived or whatever. And what's it called? I don't know. I don't really know what he went by or his name, bro. But I took one of theirs out. So then they tried to take me out, whatever. I'd say 3-4 years later, bro, and I'm still alive, bro. And by the grace of the Messiah, and because God is good, the Most High God of Israel is gonna come back with a vengeance. He's gonna come back with that sword, bro. And that's why what's it called? I'm not even gonna say peace no more, bro. Rest in piss to Blanco, bro. That motherfucker was trying to violate me in there too. So peace.